for the Knicks last season.
And welcome back. It's been all one-sided so far through the first quarter as our second quarter gets underway. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Knicks.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
And the other thing they've done well is they've run the shooters off their sweet spots. They've really closed out well and forced them to put the basketball on the floor.
On the court right now for the Hawks, Dennis Schroeder is out there with Adams. Then there's Kyle Korver. Then there's Andrew Nicholson. And it's Muscala in at the 5. And yes, sir, that one drops. And that's now 20 points for Freak.
Boy, he's really starting to get in the flow now. A nice groove. That's his second here in the quarter, after none in the first.
Rivers against Adams. Nicholson takes it into the teeth of the D and converts the layup. Nicholson's got his first basket.
In a moment here, let's check out the numbers for O'Quinn. How's the last month of basketball been for him? Averaging about 4 points, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists. And you look at those numbers, not bad, but guys, I think he can do better, and he knows it.
And he has high expectations for himself as well, guys, but he just hasn't delivered fully on his potential yet.
Porzingis, he's checked in for Kyle O'Quinn. It's blocked. Oh, and here comes Rivers all alone.
And I like how he puts himself in position there to finish on the break.
Yeah, you know, that's what we call seeing and feeling the game. Excellent read of how that play was going to develop and where the ball was going. That's stuff that you oftentimes can't teach, Greg.
Here's Freak. Off target from three-point range. For Atlanta, they come in off the loss to the San Antonio Spurs.
And listen, you have to take advantage of the freebies. And on that night, they did not, and that is why they just could not recover.
Exactly. I mean, they left too much cheese at the foul line. And in the end, it mattered on the scoreboard and cost them.
Here's Schroeder. Atlanta again missing.
Oh, man, you know he'd love to have that one over.
That's good. 6 points for Austin Rivers.
It's been about tempo and pace with this group, and it's led to a huge advantage in fast break points.
Greg, it's really the main reason they're in front. All that early offense. I mean, when they've had the chance to push it, they've pushed it.
Catching up on the changes for New York. Biombo is checked in for Lopez. And it's a Flalo in for Austin Rivers. Lee's checked in for Atlanta. Teague comes in for Dennis Schroeder. All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
I was able to listen in on what Mike Budenholzer had to say to his team. He used the word patience several times in describing what he'd like to see from their offense. It's not a run-and-gun approach he wants from them. I'm sure Coach is hoping those changes turn the tide in this game and shrink the deficit before halftime. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks again, Doris. He hits the second from the line. New York with the ball. They're on a 12-3 run right now. And a wide-open look for Freak. Nailed from three-point land. Freak's got 11 here in this quarter alone. Picked by Horford. Teague the pass to Nicholson. They double him with Freak. And Teague, here we go. And a wide-open look for Lee. Atlanta again missing.
You've got to give them a lot of credit for the job they've done on the backboards.
They've done a lot of things well today, but really it's about what they've done on the backboard that's at the top of that list.
Now here's Freak. Defense is right there, and that one's good. Freak's got 25 points in the game.
Boy, has he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
T kicks to Horford. Biombo with the block. New York's gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. Freak with it. He's picked up by Lee. Here's Freak. That three off the mark. Atlanta's gone 0 of 2 from deep here in the second. Teague dishes to Lee. from downtown, up and in, off to an efficient start, 2 for 3 from the field.
Boy, I tell you what, he loves getting looks like that from the three-point line. No one near him. That's a warm-up jumper for him.
And it's Freak missing.
He surprised him with the crossover, but just couldn't stay in control for the finish.
Teague kicks to McDermott. Nicholson passes to Teague. Left block shot on the way, and he recovers it. And that's 2 points on the layup. There's 37 seconds left to play in the first half. Now here's Freak. 25 points in the game. Biombo dishes to Green. Freak with it. Out of bounds, Atlanta takes possession.
A temporary lapse of focus from him on that turnover. It's embarrassing, but on occasion it does happen.
Atlanta's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. And here we go. Fast break. Freak's got it. Anthony with the bucket. Anthony's got his first points of the night.
Almost an impossible shot to block in the post. The defender can't give up that much of a height advantage and expect to contest it.
Here's Adams, and it's good, but hold on. The officials may want to look at that one on the replay monitor. And the teams are going to have to wait before heading to the locker room. They're going to bring out the monitor and see if he got that shot off in time.
Okay, guys, great work in the first half. That's how you take care of business on your home court. Couple things. You guys came to play today. What a job shutting them down with our D and running our own offense with precision. I love the focus I'm seeing. I do.
And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, anything can happen. You look at Freak in this game, he has been everywhere.
How about the magic touch he had on display there in that first half in terms of finding his teammates? Just a plethora of assists.
Plethora, you're going deep into that dictionary of yours, man. It's not a common occurrence with this guy, though. Typically, he's more of a finisher, but that's not been the case in this one.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. And New York, looking at who they've got. Freak in at point guard. Anthony out there with Porzingis. Then there's Aflalo, and it's Biombo at the 5 spot.
Boy, he really bungled that finish.
And Doris Burke has a report for us from the sideline.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Mavericks had a huge game. He ended with 16 points, and he did some work at the line, drawing a lot of fouls and knocking down the free throws. Just another fantastic showing in what has been a great stretch of basketball for him.
Good job as always, Doris. Thank you, guys. What was your take on his performance?
Kevin, I really felt like he left it all out on the floor. I'll say this. It was a great, hard-charging effort.
Guys, when he's on, nobody's more fun to watch. And he was definitely on in that game.
And with this quick break in play, let's take a look now and select from a group of point guards that have been killing it from three-point range over the last 10 games. Second is Jeff Teague.
A lot of point guards in the NBA don't get enough credit for how well they shoot the basketball. So give this group their due. Some outstanding long-range shooters.
No doubt about it. And being as accurate from three-point land as these guys are makes them that much more valuable as point guards. Opposing defenses have to worry about their passing and their shooting.
Oh!
just so fast. I mean, it's like trying to stop a train when he's coming in for the slam.
And the replay, of course, presented by Kia. What a play. Austin Rivers, he's checked in for Aaron Aflalo. And here's Atlanta. They host the Kings after this game. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. Horford,
Oh, nasty.
Nice pass that time. What excellent vision by Jeff Teague out there.
Now here's Freak. Teague covering. Launches a three. Offensive rebound. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock. Oh! Wow, we're going to remember that one for a while.
I know I will, Kevin. That was special.
My goodness, that was almost a circus-like dunk.
The Knicks shooting their first free throw of the night here. Kyle Korver, he's checked in for Doug McDermott. For Atlanta, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. Teague drives in. The Knicks pull it in. And this game, the first chance they've had to see Atlanta.
And on paper, you'd call them the better team, but they actually lost the season series against this group a year ago.
Yeah, it was a surprising outcome for me and you. But hey, sometimes matchups can play out a certain way. We'll see how they do tonight.
You have got to be kidding me. I mean, that's a point guard playing like a power forward.
And he can do a little bit of everything out there.
Yeah, he torches defenders in all kinds of ways. When he's on the floor, he's a matchup headache.
Here's Freak. 37 points for him. Takes the 13-footer. It's rebounded by Teague.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
They get it again.
And how many extra possessions have they gotten?
Oh, wow. It's not possible what we just... Clark, is that possible?
Not
Is
probable, but it is possible, partner. It is possible.
And think about it,
Holy
guys. That's
smokes.
one of the few guys in the entire league who can pull off something like that.
Here's the three. Another three for Atlanta.
It took a long time for him to get that first triple. Let's see now, though, if he can get going.
Now here's Freak. Teague covering. Here's Freak. And he hits the jump shot. Freak's got 16 here in the second half.
And he's starting to show that killer instinct this quarter, looking to extend the lead.
Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Lee goes in, and easy 2 points on the layup. Lee's got his third basket of the night.
Well, you've got to like the focus that they're showing here in the second half. I see a lot more effort as well. I mean, it's amazing when you lock in mentally and bring some energy and intensity, things can pick up in a positive way for you.
And that one's good. Freak.
The defender there in the neighborhood, but not quite close enough. Good shot.
Outside Teague. And he goes in for the dunk.
And that fella can flat out fly, can he?
Reminds me of a young Greg Anthony out of
my
UNLV. No
goodness.
doubt about that. Just look at the elevation he climbed to right there.
Kevin, you just made my knees hurt.
That's what sets him apart from so many other point guards in the NBA.
And that one's good. Freak.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
Horford with a screen on Rivers. And here's Lee outside. And the rebound goes to Lopez.
Physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. That plus 10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Yeah, not to mention what it says on the scoreboard. They're really pushing them around straight.
And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens. They have been really controlling this one.
You never want to be complacent on the floor. That's when you lose momentum.
On the court for Atlanta, we've got Anthony Morrow. Horford is out there with Doug McDermott. Then there's Dennis Schroeder, and it's Adams in at the 2. Now, Freak tries again. No good. So no problem for New York as
The 2K Sports Post.